Welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 15th of June for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, you can chat to me daily on Twitter at Horoscope Ace directly, or you can join Elisa and I for our daily astrology and tarot show, which is proving hugely popular by seeing the playlist beneath this video. You can also grab yourself your free daily horoscope every single day of the week. This week is a time of transition. We've had a huge welter of Gemini energy. It's going to continue because for most of this week, the Sun is still in Gemini. The North Node continues in the sign of Gemini for some months. And of course, Venus, the planet of relating, because of its retrograde, is going to be in Gemini through to the 7th of August. So the Gemini season is not completely at a close, but we are going to see a shift of emphasis. This begins with Mercury in the sign of Cancer going into retrograde on Thursday. Now, it's not going to emerge from retrograde until the 12th of July. Now, all the usual cautionary notes apply. You know, check your emails, your documentation, anything you're purchasing. Scrutinize it in a very precise way. If you're booking anything, relying on tickets or automation or technology, again, there can be the potential for some glitches. But also there can be cross wires. And of course, Cancer is about emotions, and Mercury is not at its best in this sign. It's a 10-week transit, so it's huge. So really and truly, we need to get used to the fact that people are going to be sharing more of their feelings, manifesting their feelings, but how we share things is not always how it's received. And that can be the challenge of Mercury retrograde. But with the Sun moving on Saturday into Cancer and the stunning solar eclipse, which occurs on Sunday, that's going to provide a backdrop of energy for 6 long months. So what does this all mean? Well, I think the Gemini energy is still continuing to encourage us to stay connected. And in our response to COVID, that could happen more from technology. So that can become a sort of more ongoing part of our life purpose. And of course, it has been getting stronger and stronger over the last 20 years or so anyway. But the Cancer energy is just reminding us that we're all human beings, and just working through the prism of computing or technology isn't going to meet all our needs. We need fraternity, and that means closeness. Cancer is governed by the moon. It is a cardinal sign. That means it's a leader, but of course it's also the element of water. So having Mercury going backwards here suggests there may be times when our thoughts are dominated by emotional issues, but it can be more difficult to share exactly how we feel. So what I feel the eclipse is encouraging us to do is try to find some traction and to bring a greater focus to the need for nurture, for caring into our existences. But there is a catch on this eclipse, and that is that it's forging a really tricky angle to Saturn, the planet of structure. So that's in the cool, detached sign of Aquarius. But it can act as a bit of a counterpoint, if you like, to the more emotional energy that the Cancer eclipse can bring. But I think essentially we are going to have a period of time where some people are going to conform to what we need more, to the wider needs of society, and some people are going to want to break out. Now, if you want to get the inside track on this, please check out my solar eclipse video. I'll put the link for this underneath this one. But in terms of this week's particular events, I think if you have been trying to manifest something, an idea, and you want to form it up into something more substantive, this is a great opportunity. There's no doubt about that. But it has to work in a feeling sense. It can't just be an idea that's ventilated only through the element of air. So it has to have structure, it has to be workable. And that's what the Cancer energy is really asking us to address. But if you are wanting to link up with people that are close to you, or think about our family affairs, or moving, I think it is obvious at this time that we could encounter some headwinds. I think there's going to be things to do with the oceans, rivers, waterways. Perhaps we're going to see a drought. Perhaps we're going to see an excess of rain that we're not expecting. But anything to do with travel or communications can definitely be affected by the more emotional and some would say subjective transit of Mercury through the sign of Cancer. But stay with me for your individual forecast for each zodiac sign. Your specific forecast, Scorpio, suggests the essential truth of a situation may need to be grappled with not just this week, but in the last half of 2020. For sure, you still have the sun in the rather intense and passionate sign of Gemini for you, and that is linking in a quincunx with both Jupiter and your modern ruler of Pluto for much of this week. That's suggesting your ideas may not be quite configuring exactly with perhaps someone you're closely involved with or invested with. Perhaps there's a part of you that wants to be much more adventurous, independent. Okay, this sounds completely out of context with the mood music of COVID, which has all been about conserving our energy, staying closer to home, narrowing our focus. But of course, the rest of the year lays ahead of us, and the future of that is rather uncertain. But where possible, I feel that you're going to be thinking more about expanding your horizons, and that could mean breaking free of a situation which for you just isn't working any longer. But it may require you, therefore, to say honestly how exactly you feel. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign and embrace real astrology, please check out my written reports beneath this video. You can grab yourself a combination of 12-month forecast, character analysis for 30% off and gain so many insights above just what zodiac sign you are. Or you can choose to have a one-to-one with me. Please see the testimonials below. But for now, take care, keep safe, and good luck.